Hello. Welcome back to Your Soul Revolution. Welcome back to episode 4. Um, it feels like I've been doing this podcast for a while now because it just feels like home. It feels like the thing that everything's been leading up to, this thing that I'm meant to create in the world. And it just feels so right that I feel like I've been here forever. So if you're just joining me, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. Just shout out, first of all, I got my hair done this morning and she was like, "Are you going anywhere?" And I was like, "No, but I'm going to use this and record my podcast today." So thanks, Ashley. And if you guys are in the Dublin area, you should see Ashley at Ashley Kelly Hairdressing because she's the best, the only one I trust with my hair. I just wish I could carry around with me every day. But anyways, today I want to talk about letting go. And I feel like my opinion on this topic has shifted multiple times in the last year, which is why I want to talk about it because I think there's a lot of people saying the same things, and I have a few new and different things to say. But I want to share them because they come from experience and things I've gone through, and I think that they've helped me shift more and get to a place of that like ease and trust, just knowing everything's going to work out versus this like controlling in life when we're trying to like white knuckle everything that we think is meant for us. And I want to start out by saying I was in the mood to rewatch some Dawson's Creek. Hey, 90s kids. And I was watching the episode at the where after Pacey and Joey kiss, um, where she knows she wants to be with Pacey. Her intuition is coming through strong, but she's trying to suppress it because she's afraid of what it will do to her relationship and her friendship with Dawson. And at the end of the season, um, she basically says no to them both, but really she's saying no to Pacey and picking her friendship with Dawson over Pacey because she thinks she has to, because she thinks it's the right thing. Um, and at the end of the episode, I think Dawson realizes this and um, realizes he's kind of making her stay. And he tells her to go to Pacey, and he sets her free. And I want to talk about this. If you didn't watch Dawson's Creek, I'm sorry, but I promise that this is going somewhere. Um, I think there's a couple things. Like, first of all, we need to trust our intuition, our guidance, our inner guidance over everything outside of us, even when it's hard, even when it means saying no to relationships, things, jobs, events, people. Um, because when it doesn't make sense, that doesn't mean it's a no. It actually means it's a yes. And we're not meant to know what's going to be. We never are. We're not in control. Any like feeling of control is an illusion, anyways. And so, in this space of trusting yourself, trusting that guidance, trusting the nudges that come to you, the ones that don't make sense, that's how you can tell it's your intuition. That's how you can tell it's what you should be following. And the other thing is this illusion of control, right? That he thinks he is winning her and getting her, but it's because he's like grasped on so hard that she feels energetically like she can't say no, like she can't let him down. And that's never going to keep something sustainably. Like that energy is felt, and she knows she feels guilty, and she can feel the energy from him of that desperation and control, which is never going to keep something in your life that's not meant to be there. And so that episode just got me thinking, and that's where this podcast is coming from. And I wanted to share that reference for all my Dawson's Creek lovers. But I think that so many times I read about letting go, and people talk about it like it's just this decision, right? Like, I'm going to wake up, I've been carrying around this shit, or I've been, like I said before, kind of compensating for this lie that I've been telling myself, or belief that I created from a trauma that I've been through. And I don't think it's that easy. Like, there's been so many times in my life where I've wanted to let something go. Like, I was like, I'm aware this is here. I'm aware this cycle keeps repeating. I'm aware this thought keeps repeating. I'm aware this belief keeps coming up. I'm aware it's not helpful. It's not useful. It's creating stress. It's creating suffering. And I want to let it go. But I think there's an element of divine timing that we don't give credit to. And I think that in times where I have been able to finally let something go, it has been like all these things aligning, like not just me and my conscious efforts of it and letting it go, but like the lessons that were needed from that thing have been learned. And I'm ready to like grow to the next level and move on. Um, and I'll give you a couple examples. So the first is, I keep talking about this, but my chronic disease and the psoriasis that I was experiencing a few years ago. Like, I was ready to let that go from the minute it came. But there were very specific lessons and there was gold I had to alchemize from the situation. And so it wasn't going to come and go immediately because it was divinely given to me as an experience, as a lesson, as an upgrade. And once I embodied the self worth, the self acceptance, the love that was part of that lesson and experience. And once I learned the boundaries setting in my life, and once I learned to stop saying yes to things I actually wanted to say fuck no to, that's when I was able to finally let go. But I don't think that the letting go is just, I once had an old friend tell me, like, oh, it's just like, your phone, just like pick it up, move it, and let it go. And I'm like, I wanted to agree with her at the time, but these hard experiences I've been through have taught me differently. And I just don't think we're doing a service to the universe, to divine timing, to the things that we are meant to learn to grow us into who we came here to be. We have to acknowledge that part, that it plays a massive part in all of this. And it's not just simply about like consciously deciding to let something go. It's about like experiencing the depths of darkness, the pain, and alchemizing it into gold, like letting it grow you into the person that you were meant to be. And I don't think that without the experience of that for me, I definitely wouldn't be who I am. I definitely wouldn't be in the situations that I'm in. I wouldn't be a full-time entrepreneur. I wouldn't be here in this podcast. I probably wouldn't be in the relationship I'm in. I would probably still be in a job I hate and unaware and drinking myself into oblivion. Like, I wouldn't be here if I hadn't had those experiences. And I believe it's not even everything happens for a reason. It's like, I reread a quote and shared it with a friend last week in the in between eclipse madness and chaos that everyone was feeling. And it's like, this place that you are right now, God, the universe, source, circled on a map for you. And all of the things that we experience, all of the pain we go through, everything that that comes into our life is there on purpose. And the growth happens when we ask, what is this showing me? Where is this nudging me? Like, what is this teaching me? Where is the gold? Like, why is this given to me? Why did I choose this? Like I said before, is an even more powerful question. Why did I choose this? Because your soul chose every experience, and it's meant to give you something. It's meant to teach you something. It's meant to grow you into something. And again, I just think we're limiting by saying, like, oh, just let that go. Or like, it's time to let go. Like it's a power that is fully ours. And there's there's small things, like I think thoughts or experiences, or maybe like a fight with a friend or a partner, that we can more quickly let go. But I think that, again, it's just, there are cycles for everything. There's divine timing for everything. And if we sit back and really get into this place of trusting, instead of like white knuckling onto these things that we think we have control over, that again, we really don't, it just disrupts the cycle that we're in. It disrupts the experience we're in. And I think that this eclipse cycle has taught me even more of this. Like, and I just keep learning this on a deeper level and embodying this further, because this this eclipse cycle for me was happening in my 6th and 12th house, and it was a lot of subconscious things like resurfacing that I'm choosing now to fully become more of myself. It's not even like acting in a different way. It's choosing to face the fear. It's choosing to see the resistance that we see and choose it again. Resistance is not in the way, resistance is the way. It's choosing to see it and say, okay, why is this here? And what can I like alchemize this into? What gold can I turn this shit into? Like these experiences. And again, I feel like things came up that I've been trying to let go of for years, and it was time. Like me showing up here so comfortably, so purposefully, so intentionally on this podcast is something I wasn't ready for until now. And it's hard to prove that. It's hard to say it, but I think that, like, trusting in the divine timing of everything, trusting that when something is ready to be released, you will be aware. You will know. And I think that, like, powerful tools, like I love breath work, and I think that allows us to get out of our head and into our body and connect deeper to ourselves and our own inner guidance and our own intuition. But I used to think that doing a breathwork session would help me let go, and it can, don't get me wrong, let go of pressure, stress, like weight that we're carrying, a burden, like heaviness. But I don't believe you can go into a breathwork session saying, I'm going to release X, Y, and Z, and it will always be released. And I think that sometimes I used to get frustrated, like, oh, why is this still here? Why is this still showing up? Or why does this still feel like it's triggering me? You know, why is this still hanging around? And it doesn't mean that breathwork doesn't work. It doesn't mean that something failed. It doesn't mean that we did anything wrong. It's just, like I said, there's other factors out of our control. I mean, nothing's in our control anyway, again, that allow for divine timing of letting something go. And I just wanted to talk about this today because I don't think people are talking about this. And again, I think a lot of social media is like, it's time to let go, just let go, just let go. And it's like, then we think we fucked up or did something wrong when we didn't let it go. And I don't think anything's always up to us. There is a power greater than us. And if you don't believe in God or universe or source, then I don't know what you want to call it, but there is something greater than us, and it knows what we need, what we came here to learn, the agreements we made when we came into this body, when we came onto this spinning planet into the into earth at this time. And some of that is out of our hands. And I think especially if you know in human design if you're a specific or non-specific manifester. I think especially if you're non-specific, like we know what we want and how we want our life to feel, but we don't necessarily know exactly what that looks like. And I would argue, even if you are a specific manifester, sometimes there's something better than we can even imagine. It's like we're only seeing one dimension or like a layer of colors when there's like massive layers behind it. And there's just this bigger picture that we can't fully always see. And when we are so sure of ourselves, which again, I will keep shouting from the rooftops, happens by getting to know yourself, developing a deeper relationship. This is why human design is amazing, astrology is amazing, because you really like get to know who you are, why you're here, who you came here to be, what your purpose is. And it's not just purpose as in career, it's purpose as in who you are being, who you show up as every day. And when we are certain of this, when we have this trust in our soul and the universe or this greater power, then we're able to let things not impact us and not phase us as deeply because we trust that whatever is coming up is guiding us somewhere, and not only somewhere, like somewhere really fucking good. And again, we are human. Like life is hard. Pain is inevitable. There is no such thing as a pain-free life. There is no such thing where we get to this phase where it becomes easier and there is no pain. Like it doesn't exist. We're human. We're lifing. Life gets lifey. And when we have this certainty, this trust in ourselves, this understanding of who we are and who we came here to be, we're able to quickly understand the situations, understand the pains, and not extend the suffering, not like increase the resistance from not wanting to be where we are right now. And when shit hits a fan, like I'm really fucking good at asking why is this happening before I make up some crazy story, go into like my life being ruined and like making it this intense suffering that doesn't need to be a part of it. And I thought that everyone just did this, but I've learned that it's definitely a superpower. And I think a lot of times we don't see our own superpowers because we just think, isn't everyone else just doing it this way? But being through the depths, the darkness that I've been through has brought me back to my own light. Like I had to find my light. I had to find my way out of the darkness using my own soul, using myself, using who I came here to be. And that has created this level of unwavering trust in life, in who I am, in what's meant for me. And it allows me to release control, to just surrender, to let go of like holding on to something and knowing that what is meant for me will never pass me by, and anything that passes me by was never meant for me. And when you get to this place, it cannot be explained if you're not there, but there is this peace. It's like a massive exhale and like a breath of fresh air. And this, like when you're standing outside in front of the ocean like your eyes closed and you're just listening to the waves crashing. And it's like every time the waves crash, it just melts another layer of life off of you. That peace, that's what's available. When you tap in to your soul, when you trust in the bigger powers, and when you just keep swimming, taking one step after the other, knowing that the small things add up, like that's when life gets really fucking good. And again, like Dawson learned, we don't need to white knuckle, to hold on to people, relationships, experiences, jobs, money, like anything is not, if you have to like white knuckle it to hold on to it, it was never meant for you. And when we can release control and find that peace, that trust, then everything that was meant for us, again, will never pass us by. It will just magnetize to us because we know we're showing up as who we're meant to be. And so there is no other possibility but for everything to come into our life that was meant to be ours. And again, with the visualizing, sometimes we just can't even see it. It's better than we can imagine. Like I think about the life I'm in now, the life I've created, this business I'm creating, the relationships I've created, the like partnership I've created. It's better than I could have ever dreamed up on paper. And I think if we waste too much time trying to force something into existence or chase something, like maybe it's not right for us, or maybe it's just not right for us right now. But either way, the only way to attract what's meant for us is to release control, to surrender, to let go of the timing you think it should be, to let go of expectations and just surrender to divine timing, to the power that is greater than all of us, and focus on being more you, being more alive, fully expressing who you are, fully growing into who you came here to be, and letting everything else fall into place. And listening to your intuitive nudges, even when it's hard, even when it means telling Dawson to fuck off and going and not chasing, running after Pacey and sailing the open seas together. Like that is available for us. Peace is available for us, even in the pain. There is this like duality of emotions we can hold, and that is what makes life beautiful. Like in this pain, in the shit we go through, there's also this piece of knowing it's all going to be okay. It's all going to guide us exactly where we're meant to be. And that this moment was circled on a map for us is divinely, exactly, perfectly where we are meant to be right now. You are exactly where you're meant to be right now. You didn't fuck up. You didn't do anything wrong. Just focus on you. What makes you come alive? What makes you lose track of time? What makes you happy? What makes you fulfilled? What makes you feel like lucky for being here, grateful for being here? Like follow the joy, follow the nudges, listen to your intuition, especially when it doesn't make any fucking sense, because that's when you know it's your intuition. If you have to explain something through logic, it's not your intuition. If you can explain it, it's not your intuition. So, yeah, I just wanted to offer that different experience on letting go. There is this other bigger power. Again, we're co creating our lives. Some of the responsibilities are not ours. The how is not ours. The timing, the when is not ours. Focus on being the most brilliant, alive version of yourself and let the dominoes fall. I love you guys so much. I hope that resonated. Please share this episode with a friend who needs it. And please like, comment, share. Please review my podcast. It just means the world to me. Again, this is without a doubt what I'm here to do, who I'm here to be. I'm showing up. If you're here, if you're enjoying this, if it's resonating, please like, comment, share, leave a review. I would be so grateful. So grateful. Thank you guys. I love you. I see you. Just keep being you. More, bigger, keep being you. Goodbye for now and see you in the next episode.